Lions TV, full time from the Hawthorns via Lions TV Towers. It finishes West Brom 0, Millwall 0. As I predicted, that's 2 out of the last 3 I've got right. I've got the Birmingham one right. The only one I got wrong was the Leeds one, and that was the only one I fucking bet on, ironically. But there you go. That's life, I suppose. But I'll take a point all day long on the road at the Hawthorns. I said that in my preview. You know, that's 4 points again from the last 2 games. Draw away from home in this division is always a good result, and I thought we started the game really well. There's only one change, Nisbet out, of course, injured. Watmore come in. That reverted us to the 1 striker and the 2 wide men. And I felt today we was popping the ball lovely. We're saying like 68% possession in the first half an hour game. We was all over them. They was all over the place. We've got a couple of chances where Watmore chases their keeper down. Their keeper clears it. Watmore jumps in, hits him on the back, and actually flies back at their keeper. He makes a good save, tips it round the post. There was a couple of passes as well for the next chance. Murray Wallace knocks a lovely ball. Ryan Longman pulls out the sky, crosses it in. Watmore again gets in front of his man, shoots, but it gets deflected wide. We had loads of corners. There was a pass where Norton Cuffey knocked it through to Tom Bradshaw, and Bradshaw just couldn't quite connect. But I thought we had a really good football inside, and we was well deserving of a lead, but we didn't get it even when we got a penalty for once. Originally I thought it was a foul on Cooper or Wallace, and I thought I actually spotted one, but it was a handball. Corner comes in there, guy jumps up, Murray Wallace has his hand above his head like that, in an unnatural position. It's a Stonewall penalty. Up steps Ian Fleming, scored against Blackpool at the back end of the last season. Big penalty in a big game at a big moment in our season, but it's not a great penalty. I can make an excuse where it's low, it's on the floor. I always think if you put it sort of here, a decent height for a goalkeeper, he's going to save it. He kept it low. The goalkeeper, believe me, that's not easy to get your feet away quickly and get your hand down, but you should be scoring. As a professional footballer, you should be scoring a penalty. I don't care who you are as a professional footballer, you should be able to stick the ball in the net from 12 yards, barring you hitting the post or the bar. You know, you should be scoring a goal. Fleming doesn't do that. It's a good save from their keeper, and that sort of switched the momentum a little bit. And after that, they come back into the game slightly, died of death towards the end of the first half. Second half, I actually enjoyed it. Yes, it was backs to the wall. Balcassi, by the way, for all you donuts saying he's finished, he didn't play for a year and a half for no reason. He was back-to-back player of the season before that. His knees were shot before he got to the club, and he got dropped for George Long after the Burnley game because he made one small error when we was already 1-0 down. And the next game he played in first-team football was the Carabao Cup game against Reading. You need to be playing games, and he wasn't playing games, and I'm really pleased that he has performed for me in the last 3 games. Leeds, he couldn't do anything about the goals. Thought he played well against Rotherham. And today he's made a really, really good save. Ryan Longman again helps him out with the second one, gets a block in. And then we rode our luck a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with that. We was dominant in the first half. We should have been 1-0 up. Fleming missed the penalty. You need a little bit of luck in this division, in football in general. When they hit the bar twice, I've got no complaints of it. I thought Rowett made subs, and it confused me with the formation a little bit because you had Danny McNamara and Norton Cuffey on at the same time. I wouldn't have took Longman off. I would have brought a Macca one earlier, but we was back to the wall at this point. But I felt everyone was going, in the stream, it's too defensive. What a load of shit. Whatever he did, Rowett, I'm still not sure what he did, because I think he put Danny Mack right back, Murray Wallace left back, Cooper and Leonard centre backs, and then I think he sort of went, a 3 in behind a 1. I'm not sure, but he definitely had Norton Cuffey and Joe Bryan as higher players. At that point, I was thinking, you need to pull off Norton Cuffey and bring on SA or Macca. He did do that eventually. But whatever he did, Rowett, in that instant, it stopped them coming forward. It stopped them overloading us and flooding down the channel. So I've got no complaints about it. I thought some really strong performances, I said, from Bart. Cooper was outstanding. Murray Wallace was outstanding. Ryan Leonard is just getting better and better, and he's going to be our player of the season. And what I liked about the performance was in the second half, although he was defensive with quite a lot of it, it was old school, stalwart, Millwall, snot-blowing, gum-showing defending from those, like, elite in my mind, like, old stalwarts of this club and the division. I thought they put on a real good fucking show at the back. Really, really good. Cooper, Murray Wallace and Leonard and the goalkeeper. Thought they did well. Midfield, Denor, little bit in and out. I don't know what's going on with this Alan Campbell geez. I was excited when we got him, but he needs to improve massively. Ian Fleming was non-existent again, especially in the second half. Yeah, it was a good team performance, but I think individuals, the defence dug us out really. But it's a really good point on the road again for me, away from home. Jeb Wallace didn't start for them. He come on late with Jonathan Swift, and it wasn't really an onslaught. You know, they wanted 3 points. Cobrand's made changes, because he's obviously not happy after the Watford game, to drop your captain and Jonathan Swift. They were two big signings for them when they got them. The crowd were buzzing when they came on. But look, as far as I'm concerned, that's a good performance and a good point on the road. And some people need to be careful what they wish for and what they think, because we're not going to go away and spank these teams 3-4-0. That was a well-drilled, professional performance. We done enough in the first half to get clear of them, so you can't blame Rowett for that. And in the second half, the home team turned it on a bit, made their substitutions. They definitely would have got a bollocking off Coburn at half-time, the way he was fucking bouncing around on the touchline. And we get it over the line, 4 points from 2 games, and now we get back to the den next time out. Is it against Swansea next Saturday, I think? But look, this division, I don't usually cover other games in this full time, but just look at today at Plymouth, 6-2 they beat Norwich. How the fuck that has happened, I do not know. But it just proves that the diversity and the strength and the craziness of this division, because anyone can beat anyone on 4 points from 2 games. You're going to get absolutely no complaints from me. 0-0 it finishes at the Hawthorns. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.